Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
Let's play B-Migs.
It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. B-Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa, B-Migs, you're a loser.
It is time to B-Migs. And it's time to turn down for Thursday. Friday Juniors.
Oh, it's Friday Junior time. Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
You can get a little excited there.
Let's get to our contestant. We got Jimbo in Tacoma. Jimbo, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. What's he playing for today, Steve?
Ravi's playing for tickets to check out Ghost. They're going to be at the WAMU Theater on September 19th. Plus, you have a chance at the grand prize, which is a crazy Ghost prize pack, so that's kind of cool, too. Go to KISW.com. That includes a pair of socks and a keychain and a hat and all that cool stuff.
Ghost socks.
Ghost socks.
Dude, you put those on BJ and Mig socks, you'll have quite a pair.
Tickets are available for Ghost at Ticketmaster.com.
All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Jimbo will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Jimbo, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Champagne is a sparkling wine made from the grapes grown in the Champagne region of which country?
France.
Yes. A Labradoodle is a cross between what 2 dog breeds?
Labrador and a poodle.
Yes. What year did Kanye West interrupt Taylor Swift during the VMAs?
Oh, geez. 2012.
No.
2014.
No.
2015.
No. What color is the star on Cuba's flag?
Blue.
No.
Red.
No.
Green.
No. The vehicle manufacturer Volvo was founded in which European country?
Switzerland.
No.
Germany.
No.
Pass.
What famous building would you find located at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue?
The White House.
Yes. Nice. In what country is Guinness Stout brewed?
Ireland.
Yes. Andy Pettitte was a famous, well-known professional at what sport?
Tennis.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Correct.
And Steve will get the Pettitte question.
You think he will?
Well, because he's a Yankee. So,
is he? Oh, I didn't even know that.
He was a Yankee, and he was a good one, too.
Oh, well, Jimbo, I'm not saying that you've lost, but...
Yeah, I am. I'm saying you lost.
Wow.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. But Steve's here. You never know. I mean, Steve
it's true. He has dropped a deuce this week.
Yeah, he has.
So we'll have to see if you can.
Well, I hope
make
he's
that
done
happen
more
again.
than just one, though. I mean, otherwise, he needs to go to the doctor.
Thanks, Steve. Wow, are you ready? Yes. Champagne is a sparkling wine made from the grapes grown in the Champagne region of which country?
America.
No.
France.
Yes.
France.
A Labradoodle is a cross between what 2 dog breeds?
A Labrador and a poodle.
Yes. What year did Kanye West interrupt Taylor Swift during the VMAs?
I still hate him for that. I don't. Crap. 2008.
No.
2009.
Yes.
Yes.
What color is the star on Cuba's flag?
Yellow.
No.
Red.
No.
Blue.
No.
Gold.
No. The vehicle manufacturer Volvo was founded in which European country?
Volvo. Germany.
No.
France.
No.
Italy.
No. What famous building would you find located at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue?
White House.
Yes. In what country is Guinness Stout brewed?
Germany.
No.
Wait, no, Ireland.
Yes. Andy Pettitte was a well-known professional at what sport?
Baseball.
Yes.
Baseball.
Which university was founded as the College of of New Jersey?
Rutgers.
No.
Seton Hall.
No.
Fordham.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Steve, you win 6-4.
Closer than we thought, actually.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jimbo.
It's all good. He won it fair and square.
All right, you take it easy, buddy. Try again sometime, my friend.
Yeah, keep on trying. Yeah, against the man.
Thank you.
Yeah, buddy. Woo! Oh, yeah. Is he, though?
He is right now.
Yeah.
Victorious, BJ.
I didn't realize it's been almost 10 years since Kanye interrupted Taylor Swift.
Yeah, and she's completely changed when you think about what she was then and who she is now.
I've had this conspiracy theory forever. I still think the two of them have been in cahoots since day one.
I can't really disagree with that.
He's the bad guy. People are okay with the rapper being the bad guy. You know, that makes him tough. She's a sympathetic baby face. You know what I mean?
Oh, putting him in wrestling terms?
He's a heel.
Yeah.
She's a baby face. In order for you to have a great baby face, you need a great heel. He does something awful to her. Everybody feels bad for her. All of a sudden, her record sales skyrocketed after that. And really, he didn't do anything awful. He just interrupted an acceptance speech.
Yeah.
And they're still at times taking shots at each other. The feud continues. It's a blood feud.
And it does. I mean, wasn't there an article, something written about where did he do a video that was supposedly her naked in bed, but then she said it was okay, and Kim came out and said, wait a minute, we had a conversation, and you're pretending like you're shocked by this.
Yes.
Which adds fuel to your conspiracy theory.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm telling you, man, the two of them have been in on this the whole time.
Well, what's real anymore?
They're just
wrestling.
Brilliant, and I don't know who's gotten the better of it. I feel like Taylor has.
I think also Kanye has progressively gotten insane.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think maybe the times have changed a little bit. At one point, though, I think it was beneficial for both of them. He was on top of the world at that time, and she was an up-and-comer, and then became even more on top of the world.
Yeah, she definitely, that no doubt about it. And I think you have some points there about the sympathy vote. I mean, yeah, she's very talented and probably would have crossed over, but man, that really was just a super propelling moment.
But I feel like that was the moment where she became the country music darling to become just a pop music darling.
Yeah, absolutely. The color on the Star of Cuba's flag?
Is it white?
Yep. A lot easier than a lot of people were trying there.
It's tough. You go the three primaries, and you only have three guesses. So, I was thinking, which primary would I skip, and I try white first.
Or you just waste one of your guesses. You already said yellow, and then you go gold.
Yeah. Yeah, good job, buddy.
Volvo, which European country did it start in?
Is that Germany?
No. I guess, because, both of them said Germany. Yeah,
Austria?
No. Sweden.
Oh.
I thought Sweden was guessed.
No, Switzerland was guessed.
Okay, that's why I was confused.
Yep.
I suck.
Then the university that was founded as the College of New Jersey.
Is it Princeton?
Well, yeah, good job.
I couldn't think of the name of that one, so I was just throwing out other colleges I knew.
I wanted to make that just a really hard one that I figured no one would get, and there you go, BJ. Congratulations.
Well, if you're an East Coaster, it's just like asking him about Andy Pettitte. It would be like asking somebody on the East Coast about a relatively famous Seattle Mariner.
Okay.
Andy was really, really good. He wasn't as famous as some other Yankees, but he still was really good. If you were in the Northeast, you knew him.
And some people would think that I look like him when I have a hat on.
Oh, that's
really?
True, you do.
How many people do you look like? Oh, my goodness.
He's right. We got to put a hat on you. He does look like Andy Pettitte.
I one time was stopped. It was actually in the same trip to New York. It was one time in a hospital and one time on the street where someone just like, you look a lot like Andy Pettitte. And then the person at the hospital were visiting my uncle when he was battling cancer. And a couple people were like, are you Andy Pettitte?
Why didn't you say yes, dude?
Right?
Sign a couple autographs.
Because then they had to start looking at my body, and then they're like, from the head up, I kind of look like, but then all of a sudden you look at the rest of me.
Dude, have you seen Kurt Schilling these days?
I haven't.
Or a couple of other retired baseball guys. Jason Varitek is another guy, former Mariner. These
are they like John Kruk?
They've John Kruk themselves.
Okay.
Kurt Schilling, all he's doing is playing video games.
Yeah, so you, dude, seriously, it would be like, this is what Andy Pettitte looks like now because he's been out of the league for a while.
But I never saw it, and I would always look at these pictures. I'm like, I don't really see the resemblance. But one time I was watching a Yankees game, and it was just a moment where he was pitching, and they caught it at the right angle, and it was just like, oh, okay, in that angle I could see that.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah, you told
Why am I pitching?
I know why I hate you.
Oh, thanks.
Well,
I didn't know you hated me.
It's an unreasonable hatred that comes up every once in a while, and I didn't know why, because Andy Pettitte owned the Red Sox. he owned the Red Sox and basically cost us the 2003
Oh, I think we just got to the crux of the matter right there,
It's like
Steve.
therapy, man.
I hate Andy Pettit.
And now you hate me.
He's so good. He's so good. He always was so good against us. And he's
Well, at least you hate me for being so
he's
good.
a quality dude. Quality dude, but I hate. At least I hate you because of a good guy.
I need to put on a Yankees cap and throw balls at
Don't do it. You'll give me flashbacks.
Please. Oh, congratulations, Steve. You won with 6 correct.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. Hey, you got something to say? They're wild, rabid, and on the loose. This is Listeners on the Loose.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. You can also text us at 77999. Whatever it is you want to talk about, man, it is up for grabs. You get to take control of this fine program, but Steve does have a rule.
It's a simple rule, BJ, and that's to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we're going to have to go. And then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
Steve already has a gong under his belt today.
One gong in.
Yeah, he's the gonging judge.
Looking for 2.
That's right. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Rich in Maple Valley, you are on the Rock.
Hello, sirs.
Hello, sir. What you got for us today?
Well, I heard you guys talking about, the fecal matters that you can find on your phones and how many hours you're on your phone. I'm on my phone all the time, right? And I work in the poop business.
Oh, hey.
Septic?
Oh, yeah. And, I don't know how many fecal matters I have on my phone, but I'm always having it up to my face. So, there's a mid-morning lunch and a mid-afternoon lunch that's waiting on my phone. But the grossest thing is it's all under your fingernails. So look at somebody next time they're chewing on their fingernails and they have millions of poop particles underneath their nails. So they're eating lunch.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. The Academy would like to thank you for that. Do I need to think about that? Do I need to really think about that? Because then there was an article that said that you should bite your nails to protect yourself from all the different germs out there and everything. So if that's the case and that's what they want us to do and all that's under there is poop particles.
I don't need to think about that. And I don't want to bite my fingernails because I just think it's a really weird habit to have.
Well, unfortunately, that's my habit.
A lot of people have that habit, though.
That's a tough one. But now I got to think maybe that'll finally deter me, knowing that there's...
Do you still bite your fingernails?
Oh, yeah.
They don't look like you bite them.
Oh, thanks, man. I try to
spend a lot of time staring at your fingernails, though.
Yeah. I mean, the people that would, they would. I don't do anything to my nails. You're supposed to get the cuticles pushed back. I don't get that done, and so my nails are a mess.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe just get them painted.
Yeah.
Like
I should. You know what? I was thinking about that. That'd be a good idea.
I got some new matte black nail polish you could borrow.
Ooh. Oh, really? I didn't know Matt was making nail polish.
Yeah.
Hey.
Have you guys ever gone?
Matte black.
Yeah. Matte.
For the cultured.
Have you guys ever gotten manicures before?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No?
Hell no.
It's like a nice hand massage.
Pardon
They
me?
put the lotion on you.
Is it a Robert Kraft style hand massage? Because I'll go for that.
Yes.
All right.
No manicures, no pedicures.
But the cuticle pushback is not fun.
No.
My wife tries to do that sometimes. She'll do it like at church. Like she'll just take her nail and dig it. And
and it's like not soft because it's not wet. They'll soak your hands to make them soft.
Yeah, she does that, and I just like, Jesus, and everyone looks around. I'm like, I'm in church. I'm just, Jesus. just that was a really powerful thing that the pastor just said.
Yeah. No, you tell her, no, dude, you're supposed to have those softened up. You can't push them back dry.
Oh, she enjoys doing things that hurt me, I think.
Yeah, there's that.
Like with that kind of stuff, like the pimple popping.
She does that to you, too?
Well, if I would let her, tweezing, all that stuff. And it's just like, no, why do you want to do things that I don't enjoy?
Why do girls like that? It's just like a girl
Plucking things.
We like grooming.
Yeah, I don't know why you guys
become
like
a
that.
groomer then. I don't want you to groom me. I'm fine.
I wouldn't want to pop any pimples on you. I was like, that's the last thing I'd want to do to any woman or anybody. I'd be like, I'm not into this. But
Mr.
women...
Biology over there, it's a thing. Like, you see monkeys grooming each other all the time, and we're really closely related to monkeys, so it makes sense.
And she'll watch those pimple popper shows. And
Yeah.
I'll come down from whatever, and I'm like getting ready to leave the house, and she's like, you might not want to stare at the TV right now. And I'm like, you suck. You got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
I hate these shows.
Yeah. Vicky's right. It's probably biological. I don't know if exactly your reason's right, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's science. Especially like when a bunch of one gender does something the other one doesn't.
Rose in Tacoma says you guys can come get a manicure at my spa in Tacoma anytime. One woman spa.
Yeah.
See, man.
Let's go, Vicky.
You guys get all the deals down where you guys live.
You can come to Tacoma.
I know I can go to Tacoma, but
I don't know if I want BJ down in Tacoma.
Oh, wow. I just got kicked out. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It's listeners on the loose.
So he says, I used to feel bad for the Rev when you guys would bust his chops for his IBS, but when he said that Samoas suck, F you, Rev.
Yeah.
I hope you crap your pants.
Wow. Shots fired.
Slightly harsh there.
Yeah.
I'm on Team Rev with him. I think Samoas suck.
Screw the coconut, man.
Well, now, you know what? I think she hopes you crap your pants too, Steve.
Could have been a man that said it, BJ.
I'm going to go for a woman. Only women have good taste when it comes to Samoas.
Wow.
Yeah. Most men don't appreciate the Samoa.
So he says, don't you love it when someone borrows something but doesn't return it? What's your rule with borrowing things? Return it as soon as you're done using it.
Yeah. See, I don't like to lend things out that I don't want to lose. Because you know there are people that just don't have the same kind of respect for stuff. If they did, like, I look at it like, if you need to borrow something off me, you really don't care much about stuff anyway, because otherwise you'd have it.
Well, I mean, sometimes like a pretty penny. Do you want to, like, I look at like my buddy Glenn from Window Pane and Bruiser Brody and all the fun stuff. I have one of those Cajone wood box drum things, and he wanted to work on some stuff. So he's like, "Hey, can I borrow yours?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not using it anytime in the very near future, so just hold on to it until I need it again." So that to me, I think it just depends. It's case by case. Porn back in the day when you used to share videos, those are more just you're donating.
Yeah, here you go.
I don't want it back. I don't know why, but I just don't want it back.
Yeah.
It's kind of like one of those things. But for the most part, if somebody loans me something that I need, whether it be like a tool or something, as soon as I'm done using it for whatever need I had, I want to get it back to them so I don't forget to get it back to them.
Well, that's nice.
Agreed. And a lot of times I purposely loan out my comic books and stuff because I tell my friends look, I think you're going to enjoy this book. Borrow it, take your time, and then just give it back to me. I've loaned you my comic books, BJ, because you don't know if you're going to like them or not until you read them.
Well, see, but you and I are responsible. I don't mind giving things to you. Yeah, I mean, I'll give stuff to you, and you can give stuff to me. You know you'll get them back, or if something happens, you know it'll be replaced. It's the people who you and I both know we've lent books out to people and they never come back. You don't know if they've got them. You don't know if they're reading them. And you're just like, I can't do this anymore with you.
Yeah. What about on the flip side? There's someone who wants to constantly loan you something that you just don't want.
Oh, yeah.
And it's typically movies or box sets or TVs or TV, TV series
I'll
on
take
DVD.
Your TV. Yeah.
Or like a CD, and it's like, hey, let me loan this to you so you can watch it. I'm like, I don't want it.
I'm not going to.
And then they get butthurt, like as if you just insulted their child.
Yeah, I'll take it and then I'll keep it. And then I'll just keep it and I'll be like, oh no, I gave that back to you. I don't know what happened to it.
See, Rev is the proof.
Well, yeah,
Rev's
don't give it to me
about.
if I don't want it, or else I'm just going to keep it.
Yeah.
Maybe sell it for profit.
Yeah.
I just politely tell them, look, I just have a lot on my plate right now. I have a lot of books I need to catch up, a lot of shows, but I'll get to it when I get to it.
Oh, I'm just way too blunt about it. I say, I don't want it. And then they're like, no, you're going to, I'm like, I have no interest in watching this. So you're just going to give it to me. I'm going to pretend to watch it, or I'm going to hold it for a few days and give it back to you. So why don't we just avoid that and just don't give it to me?
Yeah. Outside of telling you what to do, like in the show, as far as what you should watch and stuff, I really have tried to edit my conversation. And when people say, hey, what do you think? Or if I'm excited about something, I'll go, gosh, I really love that thing. I really enjoyed it. And don't say to them they would. I just will talk about why I liked it and leave it at that. Because there's something about somebody telling you should like something. It's just like, yeah, I get that you like that, but I don't. How do you know if I'll like that?
And if you just said, but don't get upset if the person says, no, I have no interest in it.
No, don't do that.
It's not, I mean, just because you have a different taste, that doesn't mean that makes you a better or worse person.
We just want to connect. I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
We all want to connect, and we don't know how to connect without having an intermediary. Like for instance, he could just be your friend without having to tell you to watch his show.
Right. I don't need you pawning off your damn DVDs, man. I don't have a DVD player hooked up.
Yeah. People are like that, though. It's the only way they can connect. It's like, we can't be brothers until you watch this. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show.
So we want to know what the weirdest thing that we've done to impress somebody.
Ooh.
I got one that was in high school. Because I had no game whatsoever. It might have been college. No ability to talk to any girls. I didn't think anyone would find me attractive. Anything like that. One girl once said, you kind of look like Harry Connick Jr.
Oh.
At the time. I had hair.
Okay.
And I don't think I did, but I was hell-bent on trying to make sure I looked like Harry Connick Jr., so I got my hair styled like him, and
oh, boy.
It didn't work at all.
Yeah.
This is the same girl that was a big fan of Matthew Sweet, the singer-songwriter
I remember that guy.
So I became an obsessive Matthew Sweet fan. I was basically a really bad stalker of this girl, like trying my best to impress her, but I really didn't make it very known, so I wouldn't tell her that I was a big Matthew Sweet fan. I just listened to him nonstop, hoping that she would walk by my dorm room, so that way she'd be like, he listens to Matthew Sweet too, with his Harry Connick hair.
Yeah.
None of it worked,
didn't
BJ.
work.
None of it worked.
Jeez. All I ever did was try to invite girls to the grocery store to see me in my red jacket, because to us anyway, if you didn't work at the supermarket, you knew nothing about the hierarchy. But at the grocery store, to get the red jacket and wear that meant you, because only managers wore red jackets. Everybody else was kind of just like the gold jacket or gold apron guy. So it was a hierarchy at the Market Basket in Massachusetts in the New England area. If you wore a red jacket, you were the bomb.
Ladies love a man in uniform.
So I always wanted to, like, I would tell women to meet me, like any girl, you got to meet me at the store, because, I knew I would be able to wear the red jacket because I was the only one in charge that night. So I was a temporary red jacket. Then I went back to being a gold jacket loser again. And, they meant nothing to them. I'd walk around, how you doing? What's happening? And I'd stand around like I was a guy, and she's like, yeah, you're in a grocery store. What do you want me to do? And I'm sitting, you put somebody's eggs in a bag. And I'd be like, well,
I'll put my eggs in your bag.
I go, but I'm a red jacket guy. I remember they were looking at me like, what does that mean? And then I got mad at them, and there was a big fight going, how do you not know what a red jacket is? They're famous in Market Basket. She's like, I don't know nothing about this.
Should have just gone like a little sign that says like manager and just taped it to your red jacket.
Yeah. I know. It was such a status thing, though. I fought for that damn thing. I wanted that so hard in my life.
Do you still have it?
No, they don't let you take them home.
Oh, it's not like a Hall of Fame green jacket or whatever.
No, it's you just get when you go to the supermarket, you got to put on one of those silly aprons or jackets or whatever. And
nice.
Yeah, and I hated it. One time she came in, and it was during the day, and I had to wear the gold apron because I wasn't in charge. And then she started giving me crap because she's like, what happened? You get busted? No, I'm still the same guy. But you just don't feel like it with an apron on.
Not with the gold apron. Everyone knows that's nothing.
Yeah, everyone knew that was nothing.
I really want to just buy you a red jacket, like the old school 50s style ones, like the baseball jackets, and
like
have
the
you
satin
wear
jackets.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No,
I feel like you need to wear that.
We need BJ and Mig satin jackets.
Yeah. Do we really? Lenny and Squiggy style? Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Very Grease style.
That was such an awesome moment. I remember in high school, I was on, there was a roller hockey league, and eventually, like, you could get, like, your own satin Kings Bay hockey jacket, and your name would be on it and what position you played.
Wow.
Oh, man, I wore that thing I'd wear it now if it would fit.
Oh, yeah, I guess you were a little guy then. Or a littler guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man, they're only $31.95.
That's not bad.
So we get do we get logos on them? How much does that cost to get a
I
logo?
don't know how much that is, but
We'll get Vicky to draw the logo.
yes,
Yeah.
give me a Sharpie.
Nice. That would be so sweet.
You really think that'd be sweet?
KSW satin jackets.
Oh my god!
I feel like we had them, or the company, the station
probably in the
had them.
70s.
In the 70s probably had them, yeah.
Satin jackets are cool.
Well, you know what? Hair Club asked for ideas. Go give him your idea. You want to make satin jackets.
I want to make satin jackets. I'm sure he's going to love that idea.
He'll love that idea.
Yep.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Interstate Holler and Lacey. You're on The Rock, sir. What's up, buddy?
Good morning, BJ Shea.
Hey, what's up, Holler?
Here's my boy Steph. Hey, I think real quick for you. This is a question for all you. I mean, Sarah, Vicky, everybody. I know you're a fantasy kind of guy like I am. You like fantasy and all that good stuff. Question: if you have the ability, BJ, when you were like 5 years old on, everybody you've ever met, talked to, or shook hands, you would be able to tell exactly what they would turn out to be in their life.
Ooh.
Would you want that ability, or would you prefer not to? I mean, you could touch Steph and see he'd be some, millionaire, serial killer, or whatever, or this guy's going to be president. Would you want that ability?
Ooh, I mean, the only way I would use that ability if I'd wanted is if I could make money doing it like being a psychic, because psychics make a lot of money. So if I could do that and go, yeah, let me read your fortune and whatever and tell them stuff.
And sign this contract, and if within 15 years this happens, you owe me $10,000.
Yeah, I would want current info, something that next week they can go, oh my God, it happened. Because you're right. If they got to wait 25, 30 years for my predictions to manifest, it's like, who's going to pay me anything? But maybe they would if somebody all of a sudden
signed a contract, they will.
Yeah. But do I have that power for myself, Holler? Like, can I touch myself? What? And know what I'm going to be?
Yeah, you would. I mean, like I said, anybody you talk to, whether it's yourself, friends, whatever, you know what you're going to turn out to be. You're not sure how you're going to get there or the road you're going to take, but you'll know what these people turn out like eventually in life.
Well, Steve, let me ask you this, because it's great sci-fi.
Okay.
So I touch somebody, and I see that they are going to be Gary Ridgway. Like, I touch Gary Ridgway and find out he is going to be the
Yeah, what do you do with that?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, do you want to know stuff like that? And who's ever going to believe you anyway?
And for you, man, I don't know if you should have that power, because sometimes you like screw up people's surprise birthdays. You get let people know, hey, man, I know that you're going to get divorced.
Yeah, you're right, dude.
You kind of have to
that's why I said that's the question. I mean, everybody might want that, but then you realize maybe you don't want that. Maybe, I mean, like I said, if you met Gary Ridgway at the age of 7 and know he's going to be a serial killer, what do you do with that? Nobody's going to believe you. You're just kidding. You're a kid. What the hell do you know?
Yeah, that's the other thing, too, man, is when you're a kid, nobody listens to you anyway. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd want that info. I would like the info, though, if I drive by and you see something happen, like an accident or something. I would love to have that power to know if everybody's okay, like later on down the day. You know, sometimes you see like something and you're just like, I wonder how everybody is, but there's no way for you to find out.
You know, it's interesting that because, you know, in the world of some superhero tropes, you get the power that really defines you. Like if something happens to you, like a cosmic radiation or an explosion, they say your personality really decides the kind of power you get. It was such a waste that you could be anything, and you're the guy that, well, I know how they did when I went by the accident guy. That's my power.
Well, I'd like to know that they're okay.
You'd be a low-level X-Man is what you were. They have different levels of mutants. You'd be a low-level
hang out with other mutants. Yeah. I just want to make sure someone, if they got into a car accident, is going to be okay.
And that's the only time your power works. It's like, all right, we're getting ready for a big battle. The bad guys are coming. Steve, what's your power? Well, if any of you get in an accident, I will be able to know if you're all right.
That dude that got in an accident on 405, he's okay, guys.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to help us against Magneto or Thanos. Okay. But you know what? There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
It's a pretty weak power. I get it.
Yeah, good old Thanos is going to kill us. Thanks, Steve.
Thanos. I didn't know we were being superheroes with this. I just kind of would like to have some closure on something that I saw earlier in the day. And there's no like news report for that. There should be like a website. Accident happened. Guy got out of the hospital. He's cool, man.
Yeah,
he's cool, man.
He's cool. That's your power.
That could be the website. IsHeCoolMan.com.
Yeah. You can make money doing that, dude. Yeah, coolman at coolman.com. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Our guys mentioned about having kids having meltdowns. My kid once had a meltdown at church because they said that they didn't want to be Catholic anymore for no reason.
Ooh. Yeah, this was really cool.
Random.
Online, there was a bunch of things that parents listed that their kids did that were just nuts. One toddler lost it because the imaginary door on his imaginary fire truck wouldn't open and he was stuck inside.
Huh.
What? Yeah.
I mean, that's commitment to your imaginary world.
Sure it is.
Right?
Imagine that, imagine that we, at a time in our lives, we really believed these things were true to the point that we would get that upset. I mean, in their world, I wouldn't be surprised if they really didn't think they could get out.
How do we get back to that? Oh, wait, mushrooms are acid.
Yes.
There you go.
That's how you get back to that.
It makes you become a kid again and think things in front of you are actually happening. But it would be weird to have the mind of a child.
What do you mean it would be weird? You lived that way the entire time.
Yeah, dude.
I set myself up.
Yeah, you sure did. That was a good softball.
But you know, like, as if, like, I'm in a car right now. Hey, guys. Like, wouldn't that be weird if you thought that these imaginary things were really happening?
That would be interesting. And, you know, man, sometimes, you know, when people say they're hearing voices or seeing things, whatever, I mean, like I was talking to the brain scientist, Dr. Medina, and he said there is a time in your life where some people really are hearing voices. Like the brain is making them hear things that, because we don't hear with our ears and we don't see with our eyes. He says our brain does all of this. We just assume it's the eyes that we see with. But he's like, no, your brain is really what's seeing. Same thing with your hearing. Your brain is hearing. Yeah. So you really could hear voices that nobody else hears because your brain is telling you, oh, here's what's going on. And you're like, okay, my brain's saying it. So it's really bizarre to think that could happen.
And when you're a kid, it's okay if you have like this imaginary world. People are like chalk it up to that. He's just being cute.
Yeah.
It's creative. I mean, if you become an adult and you start doing that, they want to have you committed into a loony bin.
Yeah, they think you're out of your mind.
Weird.
Yeah. Here's what I want to say. I want to know the difference. Like, if I start hearing voices or seeing things or thinking I'm in an imaginary world, I want to know that, okay, I get this isn't the real world, even though I'm seeing what I'm seeing, but at least I know it's different. So I could say to you, Steve, look, I'm hearing voices right now. I know they're not, you can't hear them, and I get that, but I just want you to know I'm hearing them. Like, I'd love to be able to know the difference. Otherwise, it would drive me mad.
It makes your brain hurt. I think about that sometimes where it's like, what if you just like, this is kind of morbid, but I don't mean it to be morbid. Like, what if you like died in your sleep, right? But your body or like something still goes on in your mind. Even though you're dead, you're not on this planet, but like you are still existing in your own mind. Like right now, for all I know, I might be like in a casket, but I think that this is right now the real world.
Oh, yeah. I've often thought about that.
I think about that all the time.
Like you never really die? Like, I think that you never die. You just, it's like a reset button and everybody's right back with you. But this is my own little world I'm living in.
But in another reality, people are all grieving that you're gone.
Yeah. I actually have that same.
Okay.
This is weird. You and I are like that.
Stoned?
Yeah, I know.
Because gosh, wow. Did I have marijuana in that banana I just ate?
Maybe. I mean,
because I just don't think once you died, things just stop. I mean, maybe they do, but I just don't feel like it's possible.
It is weird.
Because of the energy that we are.
Right.
The afterlife.
I'm kind of hoping, because I used to be Catholic, I'm more agnostic now, and I'm hoping that if there's a heaven, I get to go to heaven, and then I'll have maybe this TV or a book or something where I could ask it questions like, how many times did I walk past a serial killer and didn't know it? Or how many cakes did I consume
so you're making fun of us for the thoughts that we have, and these are the thoughts that we're having?
I'm not making fun of you. I'm saying that I think you guys are on something.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, I kind of wish it's kind of like that.
I feel like this, man.
Have those questions?
Like, whatever the afterlife is, I mean, depending upon your philosophy, your religion. But the idea to me is simple, because, I mean, I take a look at God from a scientific standpoint, and if he's omnipotent, or she can do anything, why wouldn't then God give us the kind of afterlife that we would like? Mm-hmm. Like we keep on going, even though we're not here. Like you said, maybe my parents mourned me when I got in this massive car accident when I was in my 20s. Maybe I never made that. Because I remember even the nurses and everybody said, how are you still coherent? Your head pretty much went through the windshield and you're having a conversation with us like nothing happened.
Right.
And I'm like, really? Like, what if I really did die, but then God's like, all right, you know what, we're gonna give you this whole new thing over here where you continue on living, but really over there you're dead, you're gone. Nobody, you don't have a radio show, nobody cares.
One text says weed week. The person says, Steve, bananas do have THC in them. LOL.
Oh, damn it, Steve!
Oh man, that was a funky banana I just had,
and I got a contact high.
Someone says I've had the same thoughts about dying and not knowing and just keep on living. What a weird thing that would be.
That would be kind of fun. The only thing is when you get old, how do they figure that out?
Yeah.
Because we all know that by the time we get like 80, 90 years old, how can we keep on living? Unless all of a sudden, like everything that people believe is true, the afterlife, maybe, you get a reset, God gives you a new body or something.
One person says, if I'm dead, why the hell am I working? I know. You'd think we'd at least get the update so we could just kind of skip going to work.
I actually have a belief about that.
You do?
I do. I believe that, think about it. This comes from...
I'm angry about it, though.
This comes only because of the fact that people look at me like I'm crazy. But I think that in this world, if you are the ultimate perfection, which God is supposed to be the ultimate perfection, the only way to appreciate things is to know what it's like to not be that. So how can I know joy if I don't know what pain is? Because then the contrast wouldn't exist. It just would be boring if everything was fantastic. Like that Pleasantville where they're always shooting the basketball and they're always making it. And, I feel like... this is heaven because we get to experience it all. And that way we can really appreciate the good because we know what it's like when it's not good.
That is a good point because I think about like things like you bust your ass trying to make something happen, and when it finally does, even though the journey was a pain in the ass, but when you get to that moment where it finally happened, there's something very rewarding about that. But if everything was easy and everything was just handed to us, then you would never have that feeling of triumph.
Yeah, just ask any video gamer, how many video games do you play once you've mastered them and you can go right through without any problem? You don't really go back to them a whole lot if they were super easy, like if it's super easy to get through, right? You get bored.
Some of them, but yeah, I mean, mostly you're correct.
Yeah, I mean, if there's still a challenge, obviously you'll play. But if you go, I know if I open that door, I'm fine. And if I go over there, I won't get hit by the dog. And then, that guy with 15 shotguns, I'll just go down that road. Eventually you'll go, this is boring, even though it's super easy and no pain. I really feel like as a human being, we need a little pain in order to appreciate the pleasure.
Somebody says, Vicky, I thought I was the only one. I want to see stupid little stats on my life, just like you said.
And I think I got it from a episode of Robot Chicken.
Yeah.
Well, that's where we all get our great ideas.
Exactly, because he asks, if you can take your feces and put them into brick size and you built a 5-foot wall, how long would that wall be? Of all your feces,
all the different things you've done in your life.
of all the feces you've done.
Can we do something else besides feces?
Well, I mean, that was just the example.
Boogers!
Yeah. Robot chicken.
Okay, I don't want to do boogers either.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Well, bankruptcy costs, of course, vary depending on what type of case you're filing. There's a certain amount of court costs and other out-of-pocket costs that you're going to have in any case. The filing fees in a bankruptcy case are about $300, whether you file Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. One of the things to watch out for when you're shopping for bankruptcy attorneys or looking at the different cost options is that a lot of times, especially the really cheap places, don't tell you up front about all the court costs and whatnot that you're going to have to pay in addition to the attorney fees. So make sure that you get the full picture when you're comparing prices of bankruptcy lawyers on what the attorney fees are, how much your court costs are going to be, so that you can really make a true comparison.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
Greenwood Heating and Train have joined forces to create the ultimate home comfort system for Northwest living, specifically designed to meet all local codes and sound requirements. This energy-efficient system is now available at up to $4,500 off the regular price, with no payments for 12 months. It's an incredible deal on the ultimate home comfort system. Enjoy year-round home comfort courtesy of Washington's oldest and most trusted heating and cooling dealer, Greenwood Heating and Air.